Looking for a way to get healthy? The Chef You and I program has the answer. Kathryn Raaker and chefs from around the nation will teach even the most inexperienced how to cook. Come into their kitchen and watch them take ordinary foods with loads of calories and fat and turn those foods into healthier dishes. You will be the first to get tips and ideas on foods that are easy to prepare. Now let's join Kathryn and today's chef and learn how to make today's recipes.
Hi, this is Kathryn Raaker of The Chef You and I. I'm really excited about having you in my kitchen today because we're going to be doing some wonderful foods that's really easy to do. And one of the things that we're doing today is a black and blue steak salad. We're using a London broil, but you can use a top sirloin as well. We're going to cut it on the angle, and it'll be very easy to do. So here are some of the ingredients. You want to marinate it first. And here's a trick for all of you. What I did last night was, hi, this is Kathryn Raaker of The Chef You and I. And today we have a wonderful show. The first thing that we're doing is a black and blue steak salad. But we have to actually grill the meat, and you can use a sirloin, or we used not a flank steak, but a wonderful, what did I call it, Bill?
London broil.
London broil. Okay.
We can't remember London broil.
Okay, just go right there. And I'll say London broil.
Well, hold on. Start over again.
Are you kidding me?
Just scoot it over, because I hate when you make...
Hi, this is Kathryn.
Hold it. Wait till I'm done talking.
Okay.
God, here we go. It's going to be a terrible show.
No, it's not going to be a terrible show. Do not be pessimistic. Hi, this is Kathryn Raaker of The Chef You and I. Today we have a wonderful summer meal that's really easy.
No.
What's wrong with that?
Don't say summer, because I can't use it if I have to replay it in the winter or
Let me ask you a question.
presentation
Okay,
today.
all right. Okay, third time's a charm. Okay, ready? Hi, this is Kathryn Raaker of The Chef You and I. I'm really excited. I actually pricked my steak and like that, and I used lemon juice to start off with to marinate it, because it really, with these types of steaks, it actually makes it tender on both sides. And then I made a Worcestershire sauce that actually I can eat, because all of you know that I'm allergic to garlic and I don't like anchovies. So I made it myself. That recipe for anybody will be up on the Chef You and I site. So let's start off with the ingredients, which are, this is actually about 1.5 pounds to 2 pound steak. They actually call for 1 pound to do it with. And then you have Worcestershire sauce, salt, black pepper. You have an avocado, which we're going to cut up and slice in a little while. They use cherry tomatoes, but I have lots of tomatoes right now, so I'm going to cut them up and use them in the salad. And then we need 1 red onion, sliced thin. And instead of using blue cheese crumbles, I'm going to use feta, because a lot of people don't like blue cheese. And they like feta. We're back on The Chef You and I. Our steak is finished. It is a London broil. We're going to cut it on the diagonal, but I'm actually going to prepare the whole salad before I put the meat on. So here's my onion, my red onion, and it says for slices of onion. So we're doing that. Right? Hold on. It's going to be really pretty when we finish it. And then we're going to do the tomatoes and the avocado, and we're going to put the cheese on top of it. And then we'll plate this whole thing, and you'll get to see it. It's really pretty. Well, I got to do one more slice of onion. And okay, and then we're done with that. Okay, so we have that done. Now we're going to cut our tomatoes up. And now we're doing our tomatoes. We're cutting up our tomatoes. And since I'm not using cherry tomatoes, I'm just going to use regular tomatoes, and I'm going to quarter them. Okay, and then people can cut them up or whatever. And that should be enough for this. And then I'm going to do the avocado. And it's nicer to use the little cherry tomatoes, but I didn't have any cherry tomatoes. I had a lot of other tomatoes, so we're doing it this way. Okay, and I've already washed off all of my produce, which is important, especially in the summertime. And, but everything that we're making today really doesn't take a lot of work. As far as, it's a lot of cutting and stuff like that, but it's not major having the oven on for long periods of time, that kind of stuff. The only thing that I made in the oven, and I actually prepared it last night for you, is the shell of the tart that we're making. All right, so now I have to do the avocado. So I'm going to move these over to here, move that over, and then I started to slice the actual avocado, and I'm going to go all the way around with it like that. And then all you have to do is open it up like that, right? And then peel this part off. But we want to take out the actual seed of it, right? You actually need to quarter it. We took the nut out, and now we're doing a quarter of it, so that all you have to do is take off the peel like this. And I love that Bagwell. It's a great thing for garbage. Let's say that, and for other things as well. And so you just take that off. And if it was really soft, it would come off a lot easier, but that's all right. That's what they had at the store. So you do that again. Oops. And then we're going to slice everything, right? Put that over here. We're going to slice everything and then plate it. And put this steak in the center. That's that. Makes it simple. And I just love avocados. I did a show a couple weeks ago with shrimp and avocado salad. It was awesome. All right, so now I've got everything, and I'm going to do the steak in a few minutes, but what I want to do is I want to put the salad around the outside of the plate first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it like this, like that, so it's really a pretty, it looks really nice. But then you can do in the center, you can do this and cut these up for the center, right, like that, right? And just keep going until you get all the way around the plate. And it makes it like a really nice look. Here, let's go like that with it, okay? And just do this. And then we're going to put all of the other things all the way around, and we'll put the steak in the center. And so to make it sit right, I'm going to cut that down like that and put it like that, right? Right. And then one more. And then just slice it down the center so it sits nicely there, like that, like that. And then get a little bit more here. They suggested when I read the original recipe that you do it with, you know, different types of salads or mixed situation. And that is a good idea, actually, for the simple reason that you don't have to do what I'm doing right now. But I'm doing this for show more than anything else. But everybody will get a plate of salad with their steak. And what you want to do with these is you want to cut these like that. So they go like that. And then, so the more that, that you want to do this really nice and have fun with it. So make it as interesting as you can. And then we're going to cut the steak up in a minute, right? And that's important. We also have all of our shows up online on The Chef You and I, if you remember that. And also, if you want to send your recipes in, to our show, you can just do it by just sending an email. We have suggestions on our website, The Chef You and I, and we have a comment sheet there if you like the show or what you think of it. We'd like to hear from you. And if you want to come and you live in a certain area in the Cincinnati, Ohio area, and you want to come and do a show with us, you can always give us a call at 513-616-6986. Now, I've used a whole avocado here, right? And, I mean, you have to love avocados, don't you? I do. I think they're so good for you, too, actually. So, there we go. And that's the avocados. And then you just want to take the tomatoes and go around like that with them. Or if they're cherry tomatoes, it makes it easier, like I said. But we didn't have cherry tomatoes today, so we're using regular tomatoes. And then you've got your cheese. Now, I'm doing a feta cheese. I'm not doing a actual blue cheese. This is feta cheese. So that looks really nice. And now we're going to have to cut the steak. Oh, I forgot the onions. Hold on. We need those on there. And that's really pretty. So you can make it a really beautiful, and you could actually have a big plate to do this with. But I'm going to serve everybody from here when we sit down to eat. And the red onion really gives it a lot of flavor, and it looks pretty. And it tastes great. So, and then you can use your own salad dressing on it, whatever you like. I personally I have some blue cheese salad dressing, so I'm going to have blue cheese because I love blue cheese. And there we go. So now we've got that. We can add more tomatoes to it if we want to. Put another one there and another one here. Okay, then we have to cut the steak. So I need to take a short break. And when we come back, we'll show you how we cut the steak. We'll be right back. We're back on The Chef You and I, and we're cutting that on a diagonal with my electric knife. It makes it really easy. So, right, that looks good. Okay, so we're going to start placing this on the actual salad, right? Let's see. And I think I'll do one more. Hold on. Okay, and that'll be it. Right. So now you have a steak salad, right? That looks really, really good. But we're gonna make them. I'm gonna take and make little individual salads for everyone that is here tonight. So, but that's what it looks like in the end. We've got another half a steak left. So I'll slice all that up for everybody. And we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back. And we have the black and blue steak salad, or black and white black salad. It doesn't make any difference. You have a steak salad. So, I forgot one thing we have to do before I go for a break. We have to put the feta cheese on it. And that's like this. So it's really nice. And if it was actually the other way, it was the blue cheese, then you would put blue blue cheese on it. So that makes it really nice for your guest, okay? Or just two of you. It doesn't make any difference, right? All right, so now you have this. This is really pretty. Have a wonderful steak salad. We'll be right back after these important messages, and we're going to make our gazpacho, and we're going to have a wonderful new type of bruschetta. So we'll be right back, and then we'll do our dessert. We'll be right back. We are back on the Chef You and I, and we're doing a repeat of Kathryn's tomato gazpacho. And what you're going to need is a blender, or food processor. And here's the ingredients. 3 cups of tomato juice or V8, which I have right there. 2 cucumbers seeded and chopped, and they're English cucumbers. And it's really simple to do this. And I have this beautiful grapefruit knife that I use. Okay, so that you can use this to get all of your seeds out. And I'm doing it over like, it's called a bagwell, but they don't sell them anymore. So basically, it's something that I've had from the past. So this one, I haven't cut in half yet. Let's see. I don't think I have. No, I haven't. But I've already peeled it, which is really important. Okay, I can't believe I did this to myself. But things happen when you're doing a cooking show, right? So you want to get all of these seeded. So I'm doing that right now against not me, so that it doesn't get all over you. But that's the easiest way that I've found to get out the seeds. So we got that one. Now we're doing this one. I got one more whole cucumber. And then we're going to cut it up into little pieces to put into the blender, right? And I need to do these 2. So, and I found that cucumbers right now, especially British cucumbers or English cucumbers, are on sale right now. But the nice thing is that you can save this, and I've frozen it before. It's really, really good. And it's really refreshing. It's cold, and it's not hot. You could do it hot if you wanted to, but I prefer it as a cold soup. And you know that I make cucumber soup too, which is really good, cold cucumber soup. So that's done. So we don't have to do that. So then we're going to cut these up, right? And put them into our food processor. And be careful with your knives. So that's 1. Not even 1. That's a half of a cucumber. So do that. This is so fast to make. But what you do with this is that you let it go into the refrigerator for an hour or 2 to get it really cold. So, and then serve it. There we go. And then we're going to do our celery. We're going to do our celery, and we're going to do our peppers. I like to use the baby peppers or the miniature peppers, the red, yellow, and orange peppers. So we're almost there. But when we start doing this will go so fast you won't believe it. So, anyhow, I love making cold soup, but I like soup all year round. I don't know about you. Maybe you should send some of your recipes in for soup. That would be nice. And we'd love to have you do that. So, and this is a healthy cooking show. So this is one healthy gazpacho. This gazpacho is only, I think, 45 calories per serving, which is nothing when you think about it. But think of the vegetables you're using don't have. And it's a great way to get your vegetables, believe me. So that's done. Now we're going to add our peppers, and I've already de-seeded them and took out the part that you don't really want in the gazpacho. So this is all going to blend easily. And then we're going to put an onion in, and we're also going to cut up some onions, right? Some scallions. You're going to just chop those up. Okay, here we go. And then You've got the celery right here. So we'll do that real quick. Or you can do it ahead of time and make it simple for yourself. But once we put in the tomato juice, that'll help a lot. So we're not actually using tomatoes, we're using tomato juice or V8 in this. Okay, here we go. Whoops. Sometimes that happens. All right, one more. So, I love cooking at this time of year because look at how little time it took on the grill to do that steak that we just made. That wasn't long at all. And you know, London broil is really nice. Absolutely. And it's really tasty. So we're going to cut up this onion and put that in there. So you have a lot of different things in gazpacho, but these are really important to be part of it. Okay, got that. And a couple of these. All right, and I don't think we need too many more of these. There we go. And then I'm going to add the juice to it and some cilantro. Okay, and then just a little. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the rest of, we're going to blend it first. And then I'm going to move this out of the way. I'm going to blend it first, but I'm going to add some of the tomato juice to it. Right. And that's enough. Then we're going to put this on there. And then we're going to push it down. And then we're going to go ahead and power and then blend. Okay, so I'm going to take this off and add a little bit more liquid to it, right? And I'm going to add the, actually the lemon juice, the white wine vinegar, the salt, and the pepper. And then all the directions will be, like I said, online. And then I've got gloves on so they're clean. I'm going to move all this down. Okay. So, and blend it again. Okay, so what I need to do is, I think we're going to try to add I think I might take a little of this out. No, well, let's try it. Let's see what happens. Okay, it should be good. All right, I'm going to add this. I think it's on there, right? And we're going to blend it. That should be it. So let's look at it. Looks really good to me. So we're going to serve this in a second because it's all done. And we're ready to put it into our bowls and either serve it now or put it in the refrigerator for later on. We're back on the Chef You and I, and this is what you have in the end. I want our camera guy to come over and take some pictures of the Kathryn Raaker's wonderful tomato gazpacho. Let me say that again. Kathryn's tomato gazpacho. Simple to make. Thank you. And we'll be right back, and we'll be making the bruschetta. we're back on the Chef You and I, and we're now making a feta prosciutto. That's hard to say, isn't it? Prosciutto. A feta prosciutto. F-E-T-A, prosciutto. B-R-U-S-C-H-E-T-T-A. Now, some people may not like this, so I'm doing for the guest today, I'm using actually some prosciutto on with the prosciutto. So that's tomatoes, onions, and these beautiful, wonderful basil leaves that we're going to put on it. And I've already toasted ciabatta bread that I did, and I had it cut. And so then I put it in the oven with a little olive oil. But now what we're going to do actually is I'm going to slice up the tomatoes, right, that you use in the prosciutto. So you want to do that. And then after you do that, you do it in small little pieces. So, because you're going to put it on top of the bread. So, let's do this and chop them up really fine. I've already did some without the seeds, so you can see that as well. And then you don't have the seeds to deal with. So, that's usually the easiest way to do it. So, a lot of my family make prosciutto. They make it a lot of different ways, and you can too. And so I decided that I would do some of it with the balsamic vinegar. So, and then I have a nice fig dressing that is absolutely delicious that we get. And I'm using that on top of mine. So I just want you to all see this. But you do not have to put anything on top of it. You can just put your, feta cheese on top of it. You could put it under the oven and melt the cheese. You can do it a lot of different ways. And the nice thing about bruschetta as an appetizer makes it so nice for your guests. You can serve them while they're waiting to have the main entree. And at different times of the year, you could actually, whenever we go to Thanksgiving or a lot of other places during the holidays, people do bruschetta. So, and people use fig on top of them. They do lots of different things. So, those are done. You want them in small little pieces. You don't want them to take over the whole bread. So, there's that, right? Now, we're going to cut up the onions and the basil. Okay, and you want the onions actually small. And in little pieces. And you can use you can do it a lot of different ways. But it called for red onion. So, and red onion is actually very tasty if you've never tried it. And there's a lot of people that have never even had red onion. I can't imagine that. So, this is one thing I can eat, but I really like it a lot. So, we're going to show you how to put this whole thing together in a second. I want to get another knife here and do it like this because it cuts it up finer. So, once you get that done and you get your basil done, chop your basil as well, then you can assemble the whole thing and it comes out really well. So, we're going to do it like this. And like I said, if you want to check out our website at thechefyouandi.com, you can find us on lots of stations all over the country. Plus, we're on YouTube under Kathryn Raaker and go to videos, and you'll see our chef shows. And if you go to our website, you can watch it there. Or if you use LinkedIn, we're on LinkedIn as well under Kathryn Raaker LinkedIn. So there's the onions. Let's just do these. No, I got a little bit more onion to go. Well, hold on. I don't think I need that. I think I just need to do this next one. Okay, so let's do these beautiful basil. These are fresh. I don't know if you've seen me do this before, but when I get fresh basil, I take it and I put it in bags. I shred it up really fine, and then I use it all winter long. I freeze it. It's delicious. And you can do it so many different ways. So let's assemble this. Here's one. And we're going to take this and we're going to put the tomatoes on it, right? All right. And we're going to put the onions on it. Right. And you could use a little olive oil, or you could use a little cheese, like I'm doing here. Whoops. It's kind of messy, but we'll show you right there. And then you could also do, oh, and then I forgot to do this. Actually, you can, on this one, we're going to pour just a little bit over the top of it. Wait a minute. This is the fig one. This is the fig vinaigrette. And see how pretty that looks? Do just a little bit more. And there you go. There's one. And then let's do a couple more. And let's use some bruschetta this time. I'll take this bruschetta right here and just chop it up and put it on there with everything. I don't know if you've ever had that, but it's really salty, so you don't want to use anything saltier with it. So we'll put this on the bottom first, right? And then we'll add a little bit of basil, like that. And then we'll add some tomatoes, right? And I also have actually a lemon juice or lemon vinaigrette that I use that I would probably use with this. But I'm going to put some beautiful cheese on it. And so there's the next one. Okay, so then do this one. And we'll do onions first, because there's a lot of people out there that love onion, right? And then your tomato, right? And then a little bit of basil. And then we'll do the fig one on here. And this fig vinaigrette is out of this world. I can't tell you. I love it. And I love the peach and all the other ones that they have as well. So you can see how easy this is to do. And then I'll just take the bruschetta over here. And so I'm going to put these right here so you can see them, what I'm doing. So the next one we'll do is we'll do a little bit more with the bruschetta, since I have so much bruschetta here. And do that. So it's really, really simple to do. You can do this at home. You do it with your teenagers. I think they would love it because it would give them something different to have with their friends when they come over. And, kids really like stuff that's different. I'm finding out. I know with my granddaughter, I'm not putting any onion on here for just a reason because some people don't like onion. But I'll do the that's the fig. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I've done onion. I'm going to do some more tomatoes. Some people don't like basil. So let's just do onions, and then we'll do some bruschetta with it. Cut it up real fine, right? And put it on top of it. And then this one, I'm going to make this more of a bruschetta one, and then I'm going to add the cheese again. And for people that just want it like that and not have any kind of dressing or anything on it, but maybe they'd like to have the other kind, like this. And this is really thin, as you can see. So it kind of soaks into it. So hold on. So here's this one, right? I'm going to move that in there and put that back on there. And we'll put one tiny little leaf on top of it. There we go. So we have two more. We have a lot of tomatoes. So you could use bacon. You could use figs. You could use all kinds of different things. But since I have all this bruschetta, I might as well use it all, right? Because, bruschetta's not, and it's called jamon in Spain, and it's really good. It's very thin, and it's a delicacy almost. Absolutely. I love it. And add a little bit more tomatoes. And then this. All right. So I'm leaving this one by itself, right? Move it up. And then one more, and we should be finished. And see how simple that was? That was really easy. You know, I got the bread the other day on sale. I couldn't believe it. On sale at my regular store it was a loaf that they actually, what they did was they cut it for me. Cost 76 cents. Do you believe that? I couldn't. I said, are you sure you're not going to charge me to actually cut it? Oh, no, that's not a problem at all. And they did. It was great, and I loved it. So I'm making one with nothing on it except this. So there you go. We'll give these extra ones. And it turned out beautiful. So our next dish is going to be another gazpacho, but it is with tomatotellos, and they are green tomatoes that are in like a casing. It looks like paper almost. We're doing that next, and it doesn't take long, and then our dessert. We'll be right back after these important messages on Kathryn Raaker's The Chef You and I. We're back on The Chef You and I, and we're making green gazpacho soup with shrimp. And I've made this before, probably 3 or 4 years ago on our show, and people have asked for the recipe and have asked me to do it again. So I'm doing it again. So the ingredients for the soup are actually 1.5 cups of plain low-fat yogurt, 3 tablespoons of olive oil, 2 tablespoons of fresh lime juice, which I have right here, and 3/4 cup of poblano chili, seeded and coarsely chopped, 1/2 cup of green onions, coarsely chopped, 2 fresh whole wheat bread. Remove the crust and tear or cut into bite-sized pieces. 2 cups of English cucumber chopped seeded, and which we already did. 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1/2 a teaspoon of kosher salt, 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, 4 large tomatillos, about 1 pound heads removed, rinsed and quartered, which I already did. So we're going to quarter these. You don't have to seed them. 1 pound of medium shrimp if you want it for a lot of guests. And we're only using 3 tonight for the 3 people that are going to have the green gazpacho soup with shrimp. So, and parsley to decorate with, which we'll do in a minute. But we're going to go ahead and do this right now. We're going to use it. We're going to put everything into, we're going to actually combine the yogurt with 3 tablespoons of oil and juice in a large bowl, stirring it with a whisk. So what we're doing here is we're putting in, we're going to cut up everything in a minute, but we're going to use this, which is 2.5 cups we need of yogurt. Low-fat yogurt. Right? And we need this. And we've got that. So I'm going to put this aside and use this little thing right here. And it says also to add 3 tablespoons, and I've already measured the oil here. There's 3 tablespoons of oil here. And I need the actual lemon juice, and not the lemon juice, but this is lime juice. We're back on The Chef You and I, and we're making green gazpacho soup with shrimp. And I've made this before, probably 3 or 4 years ago on our show. And people have asked for the recipe and have asked me to do it again. So I'm doing it again. So the ingredients for the soup are actually 1.5 cups of plain low-fat yogurt, 3 tablespoons of olive oil, 2 tablespoons of fresh lime juice, which I have right here, and 3/4 of a cup of poblano chili, seeded and coarsely chopped, 1/2 cup of green onions coarsely chopped, 2 fresh whole wheat bread, remove the crust and tear or cut into bite-sized pieces, 2 cups of English cucumber chopped seeded. And guess what? They're not here.
No cucumbers?
Go get them. They're in the other room.
Is there any?
There is. One is already. There's 1.5 more.
Are you going to have to peel them?
It's not going to take long, believe me.
Still got some?
Yes, Bill, I do. They're right here. What? These are better cucumbers than the ones they had at our Kroger's and Cleve's. Oh my God. The ones they had in Cleve's were so thin, they looked like skinny cucumbers. These are thick. They're big. Huh? I got them at, now this is a thin one. No, I got them at the Kroger Harrison Avenue. Not the one on Glenway. That one sucks. So there's that. You have to take the seeds out. Okay, which I'm going to go ahead and do. The funniest part is that Carrie hates seafood. When I made this, she didn't want to eat it at all. No, neither does Marty. Huh? On the side, you take the. I need you to take that out of the. I just need 3 of them.
The shrimp, you mean?
That's all I. Yeah, that's all I need. Right. Okay, that's done. Crap. Whatever.
You mean I could have had shrimp for dinner?
You can still have a couple. You can have it tomorrow night. Got all that shrimp. You can eat it. I'm going to wipe myself off here. Oh, great. What? What? That's a bitch, isn't it?
No, just...
Watch it. You don't want to get this on you. I knew that we were, for some reason, I didn't even think. All right.
There it is.
That's,
I hate this thing.
order these. You don't have to seed them. 1 pound of medium shrimp if you want it for a lot of guests, and parsley to decorate with, which we'll do in a minute. But we're going to go ahead and do this right now. We're going to use it. We're going to put everything into, we're going to actually combine the yogurt with 3 tablespoons of oil and juice in a large bowl, stirring it with a whisk. I need that bowl right. Okay. We're almost done with this. Then we're going to add our bread in. And then we'll place all of the other things into here and then put them in the blender. That's what it says to do. Okay, so we got that done. We're going to add the bread. Right? This is a new recipe for me, so I don't remember putting actually the bread in the last time. But, you know, sometimes you forget them and put these here. And then I just have to do the poblano pepper, and we're ready to go. What do you know about that? And poblano, we're back on the Chef You and I, and we're making green gazpacho soup with shrimp. And I've made this before, probably 3 or 4 years ago on our show. And people have asked for the recipe and have asked me to do it again. So I'm doing it again. So the ingredients for the soup are actually 1.5 cups of plain low-fat yogurt, 3 tablespoons of olive oil, 2 tablespoons of fresh lime juice, which I have right here, and 3/4 of a cup of poblano chili, seeded and coarsely chopped, 1/2 cup of green onions coarsely chopped, 2 fresh whole wheat bread. Remove the crust and tear or cut into bite-sized pieces. 2 cups of English cucumber chopped seeded. And guess what? They're not here.
No cucumbers?
Go get them. They're in the other room.
Is there any?
There is. Believe me.
Still got some?
Yes, Bill. I'm not worried about the peeler. I'm just going to do it. Bill, where's the peeler? It's messy. I'm telling you, it's messy.
How can it be messy?
Oh yeah, it's messy.
Looks like it gets it done to me.
Yeah, I know.
That way you don't cut it though.
Yeah, that's true. Wait a minute. Great. I did all that before you got here. With those other cucumbers, I forgot that I had a... We are back on the Chef Hugh and I, and now we're making a berry almond cream tart, but it's also going to have different types of berries in it, blueberries, blackberries, and strawberries. But the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to make the actual cream cheese, it's like a filling on the bottom of it, so that when you put the berries on top, then you'll be able to do it. But I always like to put a little whipped cream on the top, so we'll do that. So we have 2 8-ounce Philadelphia cream cheese that is softened, that I did before. And then you're going to add, hold on. You're going to add confectionery sugar. So there is actually 1 cup of confectionery sugar. This is 1 cup of confectionery sugar. So you're going to blend those two together with your wonderful beaters. And you want to get it to a point where it all combines. So you can see that. It's about a minute that you do it. And I'm going to scrape the bottom of it a minute so that it all gets in there really well. And I'll add that to it in just a second. I'm going to add the cream into it in a minute. All right. But I want to make sure I get all the confectionery sugar that I can see on the bottom in with it. So that's enough. And so what we'll do now is add the cream to it. And that is 3/4 of a cup of heavy cream. All right, here we go. Here we go. So we're adding this, and then in a minute I'm going to add the almond to it, so it has the almond flavor. But you want to mix this thoroughly. Now I'm going to add the almond to it. All right, and the almond is actually 1/2 teaspoon of almond extract, okay? Which is about that much, okay? So we're going to put the cap on that. And then we're going to, we're going to beat this. And you beat it for about a minute, and then you're going to spread it into the crust. So it's kind of whipped. Okay, now we're going to actually put it into, right in a second, we're going to put it into the crust. And then what happens is you're supposed to put it in the refrigerator for an hour, but because we're short on time, we're going to put it in the crust, and then I'm going to put the fruit on top of it. And actually, here we go. I'm going to add this in to, and you spread it like that. And it's on one of these beautiful circular things, right? So this is going to come all the way up to the top. And then you put your fruit in it. And now when I made the crust, and I'll have the whole recipe up there for you. When I made the crust, I have to tell you that it's suggested that you put the fruit and everything in it, but the problem is if you don't have pans that will not stick, the tart pans, right? And you can get it, but I used a spray on mine. And now what you can do is we're going to put the fruit in here now. So I've got strawberries. Wait a second. Strawberry. Hold on a second. I want to wipe that off a little. I'm going to put strawberries and berries into this beautiful thing. And we put sugar on the strawberries because sometimes this time of year, strawberries actually are not as sweet as you think they are. And so you want to make it nice for them as well. So I'm using blackberries and blueberries, and you're just going to fill the whole thing up with berries, just like I'm doing here. And it makes it really nice. And I really can't wait to taste it. I've never done one quite like this before. So this is new. So here we go. And this recipe and all of our other recipes will be up there, up on our website at Kathryn Raaker's The Chef You and I. So look for that, right? And actually, they're going down into the whipped Philadelphia cream cheese. Here we go. So I think we're about done with this, and I think you're going to enjoy it. So, I think we've kind of run out of time tonight. Hold on. I'm going to put this over here so you can see it. And it's a berry, wonderful berry. Try it out. I think you'll enjoy it. Okay? I think you'll really enjoy this berry dessert, berry almond cream tart. We'll be right back after these important messages, and we'll have everything out so that you can see everything that we did. We'll be right back. We're back now at the end of our Chef You and I show, where we have the black and white, actually it's a black and white salad with wonderful avocado, tomato, steak salad. And then we have our bruschetta, and there are different kinds of bruschetta, from feta bruschetta to regular bruschetta, with wonderful cheese, feta cheese, and lots of other ingredients. Then we have our we have our Kathryn Raaker's tomato gazpacho soup. And then we have our it's like a green goddess gazpacho soup with shrimp. And then our berry almond cream tart. And I can't wait to try it. And I hope you will join us every week. And thanks all of the people that help us to create The Chef You and I. We hope we'll see you soon. Don't forget to go to our website at thechefyouandi.com, and we'll see you soon. Bon appetit.
Thanks for joining us on the Chef You and I show today. We'll be back next week with another great and healthy recipe Don't forget to visit our website, thechefyouandi.com, for all of our featured recipes, cooking tips, and clips of the show.